of the drug last night. Two men, suspects aged 49 and 46, were arrested and are currently being detained in Naas Garda Station. The main teachers' union, the ASTI, is calling on the Minister for Education to re-establish the focus of the Leaving Cert talks to try and find a solution. Well, the talks have been thrown into disarray after the ASTI pulled out of negotiations last night. The union wasn't happy that the calculated grade system was being discussed as the dominant option for students this year, with the Leaving Cert exams themselves filling in assessment gaps.
That in the coming period of time, schools will reopen, and with the lockdowns being eased and all the rest of it. And it is February, it is 4 months away. The possibility of running a Leaving Cert that has already had adaptations built into it to accommodate the loss of school time remains. And that's, in our opinion, the premier option. The idea that we've been dealing with in the talks, that would be ditched in favour of a calculated grading process at this point in the year is premature and giving up the ghost on the Leaving Cert much too early.
Well, this comes as a further 52 people have died from COVID-19 here in Ireland, according to the latest figures. Public health officials have also confirmed 866 new cases of the virus. Our reporter Sarah King has the details.
Well, Ireland's latest COVID-19 figures showing 52 further deaths being reported and 866 new confirmed cases. Of those 52 deaths, 33 of those happened in February, 12 in January, 6 are from December or beforehand, while 1 remains under investigation. The people who died were aged between 55 and 96 years old. In terms of those new cases, 866. The breakdown showing 281 in Dublin, 63 in Galway, 56 in Kildare, 47 in Meath, 39 in Cork, with the remaining 380 cases spread across all other counties. The Deputy Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Ronan Glynn, chairing last night's briefing here at the Department of Health, echoing the sentiments of Taoiseach Micheál Martin when he spoke to CNN yesterday, saying that it is possible that we may see level 5 restrictions extended for longer. He says that based on the numbers we see in hospitals and ICUs right across the country, Dr. Glynn warning that we still have a long way to go. Professor Philip Nolan giving us an update on that crucial R number, which now stands somewhere between 0.6 and 0.8. Professor Nolan also just pointing to the situation in terms of positivity rates among household contacts. He says that still remains quite high. He says it's actually close to 30%. He says it's a timely reminder to all of us to immediately isolate ourselves if we have any symptoms, to protect those most important to us and those who live within our own homes. Just those latest numbers again, 866 new confirmed cases and 52 further deaths.
Well, elsewhere, Melbourne, Australia's second largest city, will begin its third lockdown today due to an outbreak which started in a quarantine hotel. The 5-day lockdown will be enforced across Victoria State to prevent the virus spreading from the state capital. All cases have been confirmed by health authorities there to be the UK variant of the virus. To the US now, where Democrats have concluded their impeachment case against the former president Donald Trump. Well, the 2 days of testimony focused on connecting Trump's speeches and baseless claims of election fraud directly with the Capitol Hill riots on the 6th of January. Lawyers for the former president will now have up to 16 hours over today and tomorrow to present a case for his defence. A conviction remains unlikely, though, as 17 Republicans need to break ranks in order for Democrats to achieve the 2/3 majority required in the Senate. And finally, for now, families say one nursing home's hug cubicle divided with plastic is a priceless gift. While visitors to the Buenos Aires home slip on plastic sleeves to be able to touch and hug their loved one to prevent the possible spread of COVID-19 among the elderly at a time when Argentina has surpassed now 2 million coronavirus infections. Well, the home recently incorporated plastic arms into that barrier, as you can see there, that separates the residents from the visitors, allowing them to hold hands and hug, which families say has made a huge difference. It's time now for an update on your sports with Will.
Tadhg Beirne says Ireland are still in the running for this year's Six Nations. Ireland play France this Sunday after losing to Wales last weekend.
A moment to remember for Tadhg Beirne in Cardiff with his first Six Nations try. No crowd there to cheer him, so he let out a few roars himself.
I suppose it's just trying to create energy as well, and I don't know, sometimes it just comes over you without even realising.
Byrne showed his supremacy last weekend. He made the most carries of any player in the opening round of the Six Nations with 21 carries. He hit the most rucks of any player in round 1 with 48, and he was Ireland's joint top tackler with 10 tackles.
Especially around this time of the year, I've been kind of hit with injuries the past few years. For me, getting that opportunity on the weekend was huge, and hopefully I'll get the nod this week and be able to back it up.
Byrne's also been talked about as a possible line.
It seems a bit far-fetched for me anyway, just having one game for Ireland in a starting jersey and then to be put into that category.
So is his preference second row or 6?
I do prefer playing the second row. I feel like I get involved a bit more, but if I'm asked to go in at 6, I'm more than happy to.
What about this coach's influence?
Sat down a few times with me going over training and why I'm calling to certain eyes to things I may not be seeing.
Ireland were beaten 35 points to 27 by France in Paris last year. Ireland lost their opening game to Wales. Byrne believes all's not lost.
You know, we had set out a goal to win a Grand Slam, and obviously that's out of our hands now, and certainly not out of this competition. And again, we're going into this game with a must-win mentality. And it was in November when they beat us, taking the Six Nations away from us. We'll definitely be looking to get one back on them for sure.
Sounds like an ideal turnover challenge for Byrne. Sinead Kassan, Virgin Media Sport.
And you can see more of Sinead's interview with Tig on our Six Nations coverage this weekend. Ireland against France is live here on Virgin Media 1 from 2 o'clock on Sunday. Chelsea are through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup after they came through a tougher than expected test away to Barnsley. The Championship side had a number of chances to take the lead in the first half, but good work from Reece James and Billy Gilmore allowed Tammy Abraham the opportunity to score just after the hour mark. He duly obliged. 1-0 to Chelsea, and they progress to the next round.
Coming here is never an easy place. You know, I've experienced it myself when I was in the Championship. Good credit to them, they're a good side. We knew it would be hard. You know, I knew that chance was going to come eventually, and I just had to be in the right place at the right time.
Southampton booked their last 8 spot with a 2-0 win away to Wolves at Molineux. Danny Ings got the first goal for Ralph Hasenhüttl's side, and Stuart Armstrong got the second as they won 2-0.
Yeah, deserved, I think. We had a good performance today. It's a little bit easier when you have a little bit more alternatives also from the bench, and yeah, that gives us more chances for picking a strong side. And today we had a good side on the pitch, and the guys did a good job.
And the draw has been made for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Everton will host Manchester City. Southampton have a short trip to Championship side Bournemouth. Manchester United face a tricky away test against Leicester City, while Chelsea take on Sheffield United at Stamford Bridge. The games are scheduled to take place over the weekend of the 20th and 21st of March. Well, Bayern Munich are the new FIFA Club World Cup champions. Benjamin Pavard scored the only goal of the game after 59 minutes as they beat Mexican side Tigres 1-0 in the final in Qatar. Incredibly, it's Bayern's 6th trophy in just 9 months. Serena Williams is through to the 4th round of the Australian Open, but the American, who is aiming to tie the record of 24 Grand Slam titles, didn't have it all her own way against Anastasia Potapova, who led with a break of serve 4-2 in the first set. But Williams fought back, taking the first set in a tie-break. And she dominated the second set to claim the match 7-6, 6-2. She will play Irina Sabalenka of Belarus next. Time now to check in with Derek for your Friday weather.
QuoteDevil.ie can save you money on your home insurance, van insurance, car insurance or life insurance.
The Quote Devil's always got one hell of a quote.
Yes, well, 11 minutes past 8, and I have to say the mornings have really brightened up in the last week or so. There is a big difference out there this morning, so a little bit of positivity now to kickstart the weekend. And thankfully now that status yellow snow and ice warning now lifted for those 16 counties. Still quite windy out there though. We still have a status yellow wind warning, gale force there from the southeast, but beginning to brighten up now through that cloud cover. The best really there through the northeast and valleys at about 2 to 5. Now right across today we're going to see showers in around parts of southern and southwestern regions. Again, some hit and miss, scattered wintry ones, and still lots of snow on the ground. But again, we are seeing a lift in those temperatures, so a vast improvement really on where we have been over the last couple of days, about 3 to 6 there to the southwest. And finally then tonight we're going to see rain push in across western and southwestern regions. Now that will fall as hail, sleet and snow to parts of the Midlands into eastern and northern areas. Again, another very, very windy night in store, up to gale force at times to those Irish Sea coastal counties and valleys. Again, on the cold side, dipping back to about freezing to 3 across the northern half of the country, a little bit milder than 4 to 6 across southern regions. So that's how it's shaping up for now. We'll catch you again live at 8:30.
For first-time drivers, young drivers, returning drivers, if you've had an open claim or have had too many penalty points.
The quote devil's always got one hell of a quote.
Let's get another check in your morning papers now, starting with the Irish Times and their headline, late April or May before lockdown eases. Level 5 restrictions will not be eased until very low COVID-19 case numbers are sustained for up to 4 weeks. That's according to multiple senior government sources.
Now, teacher union resists the reopening of schools. That's the front page of the Irish Independent. Plans for reopening second-level schools and a compromise leaving Cert are now facing hardline resistance as the ASTI union pulls out of talks, throwing the process into chaos.